Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Skies of Arcadia, where last time we survived DeLoco's traps and defeated Alfonso too. And today we have finally located the lost city of Rixis, a location that most definitely contains a fair few secrets. And here we go, the first secret is right in front of us, because, yes indeed, Rixis may be ancient and abandoned, but in this game, yes, the old world, as Fina told us, was incredibly technologically advanced before it was destroyed, so some of that technology might still be floating around. Kicking off with, yes, the way that we navigate through Rixis, using these rather marvellous floating elevator McGibbles. So, okay. In we flipping go because, yes indeed, that's not the only secret that Rixis is going to be holding for us. And now I know why they call this place the City of Mist, but I don't remember seeing any mist in the forest, and, yes indeed, the air is thin, it's a bit hard to breathe, and we were going up for a long time. We're actually now up in the clouds, which is pretty damn cool actually. But this doesn't look anything like a lost city of gold. There's just a bunch of ruins up here. And in the old world, Rixis was the capital of the Green Civilization. It was destroyed by the Rains of Destruction. Since then, it's been frozen in time. And Ica is indeed very annoyed that there's no cocky gold to be stolen. Dear oh flippin' dear. As time passed, stories about this city probably got more and more exaggerated. We were supposed to find gold here. I should have slapped that dirty old man silly when I had the chance. So, yes indeed, no gold whatsoever. But on the other hand, there may be no gold here, but maybe the city isn't quite as lost or abandoned as we were led to believe. So yes indeed, if the city's been dead for generations, then who's that? And now all of a sudden, I don't see anything. So okay, here we flipping go, and yes indeed, Rixis has got a few different things going on. Like I was saying, there's these weird elevators we can use to get from point A to point B, but on top of that, yes, like we were just saying, the Rains of Destruction. This city is full of craters, and you can't just go down into them and climb back out. You've got to work around them, so okay, mysterious elevators, giant holes, a moon crystal that's somewhere around here, and a mysterious person that Ica most definitely saw. So yes, we'll just mosey around here. Make sure you check around the back of everything, because there is a lot of loot to be got out of this location. Just, you know, make sure we check every single nook and cranny, though, obviously, on top of that, there's going to be a very large number of enemies. Like, say, you know, a Qualac, which is curiously colour-coded red, but whatever. And yes, possibly the most scary of all, a gigantic Slostra, which is a surprisingly tanky monstrosity. Still, at this point, I'd say we know what to do. If we're taking on, you know, ice creatures, and this monstrosity is indeed purple, switch over to red, just attack it direct. And as for red creatures, you're never going to go too far wrong by, yes, telling Fina to launch a Crystallis at them. As for, yes, a Drachma, and here's a lovely drill arm. Seriously, I love this thing, it's just the best. Get him over to red, and get him to, yeah, help out with voice, though, okay, let's just see how tough this thing is without using any super moves, because, okay, that's a voice when he's flipping got, yes, the captain's hat on, so, okay, just be aware, this thing is quite tanky. The enemies in this area, some of them can be a bit nasty. It's a bit less towards a very large number of weak enemies, and instead a much smaller number of pretty bloody tough ones. Still, Voice should be able to do a pretty good job with a Cutlass of Fury. Just sent him in, and okay, Cutlass Fury at this point is pretty bloody powerful for, yeah, only 7 specials. So against tough enemies, that's a good solution. Still, for the time being, just keep on keeping on, and yes, follow after the mysterious ghost that Ica most definitely saw, and there we go. More elevators in the distance, gigantic holes in the ground, stairs going up, etc, etc. So, for the most part, yeah, at the start of the dungeon, all we're doing is, yeah, just going up and trying to find our way around the devastation caused by the fall of the Rains of Destruction. Because yes, indeed, here we flipping go, it can be more difficult than you'd expect to actually find your way to various treasures. So, okay, to get to that chest, we're going to need to go up and around in some capacity. But yes, once again, thanks to even more cocky creators, we're not going to be able to go that way. So, okay. Hang about. I think there might be one more thing hidden around here somewhere. Just a mosey up the left first. Obviously, you know, gonna be a fair few things getting in our way as we go. Still, nothing we can't deal with for now. Just keep on keeping on, and here we go. We can now use this lovely McGibble to go over to this side. Marvellous. And that means if we now just loop back down on ourselves, okay, after one more encounter, we can make our way to the chest. So, yeah, navigation. That can be a bit on the difficult side in this area. And, oh, bloody hell, right. Yes, there are totem poles in this area. They just sort of show up on occasion. They are not nasty at first, but, like, you know, if they get set up, they could potentially cause trouble. So, okay. There's lots of them, and they're not that strong. So I'm going to say, let's try a lovely lambda burst. No, it's not very effective against, you know, these guys potentially, but... Okay, Fina, you just guard, and yeah, you two guys just work on the Quillax. They don't seem that strong. Oh yeah, here we go. Assess damage. That's just a polite way of saying, hey, if I'm alive next turn, you're in trouble. So, okay. Lambda burst the entire field. That's going to hopefully do some good work because, oh yeah, Fina is just a solid at clearing out a large number of enemies. So, yeah, totem poles go down, and now if we're lucky, yeah, Vise and Drachma can take out the Quillax. Should be pretty bloody simple, in fact. So, okay. If a very, very large number of... Oh, there we go, by the way. That was the instant kill, because that was not supposed to be a kill, but then they just died anyway. So, yes indeed, Drachma just drilled that deer through its head, and it died. Marvellous, and as a reward, he gets to level up. Well done, Drachma. And then just nip downstairs to my reward, and... okay, handful of risen crystals. Bit on the underwhelming side, really, given, yes, they just don't really do that much. They've got a 50% failure chance, so I can't see us really using those if we can avoid it. And, okay, we know how to deal with you, that's not too difficult. So, okay, back up to, yes, where we were, and then if we try and move up in this direction... Okay, hang on. Hang on. As I say, navigating this area is, a bit on the tricky side, so, right, had I just gone up the stairs, I wouldn't have been able to go past the crater anyway, so, right, this is actually the correct way to go, to keep me moving forward, though, that's another chest over there, so, okay, as I say, it's all about navigation in this area, it's a bit bloody harder to find your way around, so, okay, if I go down, yeah, these stairs, that gets me... I don't know, but I'm going to go and investigate because I think possibly that's the only way we can go. So, yes, thanks to the craters, the way it looks like you ought to go is very often not the right way. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, from here, I can just about get downstairs through this arch. And then if I ignore the stairs going up and loop round this side instead, that gets me to box number 2, getting me, okay, much better. That's going to be a weapon. So here we go, the Stonecutter. An ancient Rixis weapon used in masonry work, but even so, yes, the ancient civilization of Rixis was so advanced, it's much better than any sword I've used so far. So okay, that grabbed her back to, yes, the central steps, because I'm assuming if we go this way at this point, here we go, we should now be able to mosey up to... if we're lucky, the elevator that's going to take us forward, though, okay. Aika was not imagining anything, there's someone watching us. Oh, and if you thought, you know, Rixis up to this point was a bit on the complicated side to navigate, so, welcome to Rixis proper. And there we go, there's a moonfish up there, make sure we don't miss you later, but, yes. So, at this point, it's not just craters anymore. Now, we've got to figure out how to navigate a series of floating platforms that only go on certain predetermined paths. So, yes indeed, this place is, you know, a bit on the cocking weird side. So, just mosey over to this platform over here, and prepare to, just step on the first thing that comes along. Though, do bear in mind, some of them have got more than one spot they're willing to stop at. So, you might need to be, you know, paying attention to make sure you're not getting off one too early. Because, as I say, Rixis is all about navigation. So, okay, ultimately we probably want to be going up in the world. So let's start off by, heading down into the basement to explore. And, oh, never mind, I'd forgotten we ran into you this early. So, good old Zivelin Bane is back again, because the lads just won't stay down. So, okay. Probably best that, yes, what we do is attack you immediately, because I know he was pretty easy last time, but he gets tougher every time we run into him. So, just for safety, I'm going to say on this occasion, do actually power up Vise, just to make him even cocking stronger. And, okay, this turn, I don't have the magic to do it, but Fina has learnt a rather powerful new trick, which is, over in the Fire School, we've got Increm, which can be used to, you know, power you up, though honestly, Glyph of Might is the same thing, but an item. But yes, indeed, if we just skirt over to Yellow, Drilling. This is basically the opposite. You don't cast it on yourself, you cast it on the enemy, and it lowers their attack and their defense too. So, against a particularly tough foe, not a bad thing to invest in at all. But for the time being, Fina, probably given he's fire-coded, just do Crystallas with the box, over and cocking over again. Just to keep up the focus here, Ica goes first, lovely. So Glyph of Might goes straight onto Vise, and no trouble whatsoever. And, okay, we'll see on this occasion whether, you know, Zivelin Bane actually gets to use his special abilities, damn it. So, okay, he just takes a good, oh, blimey. Right, this is the power of Vise with the Captain's Hat. So, okay, bare minimum, you got an attack in, and it was not nothing. And also, Cupid turned into a sword, because why wouldn't he? So, okay, with the Captain's Hat, for the time being at least, we are slaughtering Zivelin Bane. I swear, the lad's got special attacks, it's just, you know, we might not see it, because we're killing him too fast, damn it. Honestly, one more Cutlass Fury will do the job, so everybody just guard, a Vise goes in, and down he goes. I'm so sorry, buddy, but we're just going to be humiliating you in every dungeon going forwards. And Vise goes up to level 23. Magnificent. So, big increase in power, no problemo whatsoever, though. Okay, right now we've got... oh. I was about to say, you know, a pretty wide spread of magic. We might fix that at some point, but for the time being... oh, yeah, more seeds. Everybody loves seeds. And a golden mass too, for a giant pile of money. The problem is, yes, Rixis is such a maze that I'm probably going to get lost in it myself. So, okay, just, you know, have a quick poke about. Oh, but hello, sexies. We get, you know, a bit deeper into the dungeon. So, yes, indeed, all of a sudden, we've got the Rixis. So, okay, you're a bit mean-looking, and honestly, I can't remember what you do precisely. So, we're just going to test how strong you are by hitting you with a land burst. You just, you know, guard for a second, and we'll see what happens as a result, because you are green-coated, so you should be nice and weak to, you know, Ica's magic. And, okay, 137 with, oh, right, petrification. They're going to petrify me. Gotcha. So, they hit pretty hard and they can turn you to stone. Lovely. Worth keeping in mind, but not very strong. Okay, Lambda Burst is good enough to take them down. That's good to know. Okay, from that room, just grab a giant pile of gold. Lovely, and okay. While there is a thing passing by here, you can't get on it here because the platform was destroyed in the Rains of Destruction. So, don't go worrying about that. We'll get to, yes, this platform in just a second. I'm just going to make sure we've looted upstairs first. There we go. It turns out there was nothing upstairs apart from a cham. So, okay. If we want to get to, yes, this treasure chest, we've got to remember the game wants me to, you know, get on over there, ride it round to here, and then get off to proceed. But if we just keep going, we can get the chest. Okay, I see what we're doing here, game. I see what we're doing. So, okay, back to the basement here, and yes, by the looks of it, okay, this one's only got 2 stopping points. So, here, everything else is a bit on the broken side, so just ride you round in this direction, get off in the basement of this house, and now we need to make our way up to the top, ultimately. Though, do not forget to, you know, check around everywhere for chams, moonfish, etc., etc. And yet another moonberry as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, okay, not much going on downstairs here. Mosey straight upstairs, and do not forget that moonfish over on the far end. Oh, before we get there, though, right, upstairs, we've got ourselves a light coat from the 2nd floor on this side, so hang about. That feels like, yes, maybe a useful bit of equipment for Ica or something. So, okay, currently fiber rope, hang about, there's okay. In which case, who does get to wear the light coat? Literally nobody but Fina, and you know what? Not only is that really good in terms of defense, it actually boosts agility too. So yeah, as a result of that, dodge goes up, chance take goes up, etc, etc. That's a pretty damn good piece of armor, actually. Sure, I will take that. Okay, and that brings us up to, yes, the 3rd and final floor. Do not forget, by the way, here we go. We saw you right here. This one's placed in a really jerkish position because you can, by mistake, step onto this thing and then get taken back to the beginning. So, yeah, that one is a bit of a dick, so hang about. Okay, wait. You just go over there, so is that where the treasure chest was? I genuinely can't remember, so okay, fine. We'll take this one first, but yeah, that's the deal with Rixis. Rixis is a cocking maze, so onto this platform. That just takes me here. I think this might be a... Vise, did you just fail to get off the platform? Bloody hell, Vise, it's not that cocky difficult. So here we flipping go. Into here. Honestly, I'm surprised this isn't where Zivelin Bane is hiding, but sure, why not? And, oh, far more importantly than anything else so far, we've barely cooking used the Deloco drill, but straight away, oh yeah, that is a huge increase in power right there. That's lovely. Though yes, we do lose the chance to instant kill. I mean, you've got to say, Dragma is not that far behind Vise in attacking power, even with the captain's hat on Vise. Like, Dragma is a tough cookie. Anyway, back over to, yes, this McGibble. And now, okay, do not forget, there's definitely one chest we've not accessed yet. So here we go. Just hop onto elevator number 2 here, but do not get off into the giant head. That's actually the way we need to go ultimately, because instead, here we go, the chest we saw earlier giving me, oh, a seed. Seeds are very good. On this occasion, increasing will by 3. So, okay, obviously, I think we know where that's going. Here you are, Fina. Anyway, just hop onto this on this occasion. Don't go back the way we came instead. Time for us to move forward into, yes, the next bit of this here lovely level. Because, yes, indeed, we've caught up with Ica's ghost friends. That's it. That's the ghost I saw earlier. And would you believe he's not going to hang around for me to say hello. Instead, he's going to run away immediately, though, yes indeed, this is a rather fun little puzzle that's in this area, which is, he's now not just going to disappear again, he's always going to be visible somewhere in the upcoming area. But unfortunately, if you try and chase him, you're never going to catch up with him, he always just runs away somewhere round the corner. The trick being, you basically got to manipulate him into cornering himself so that he can't run away anymore. So, yes indeed, the corner in question is over there. It's over to the left from this area. So, if I just follow him right now, because I've got to basically drive him back to where he started from. Here we go, just a mosey over to here. He's now going to return to the location he was right at the start. So, we do not follow him. Instead, we go back in this direction, take a left here, and instead push him towards the dead end. Because now, yeah, that's right, you stupid loser. Now you can't just run in a loop away from me. Instead, he's got to use the secret magic he knows to get this elevator working, and, okay, fortunately, he's not smart enough to, like, deactivate it after he's done. He just leaves it on, so now we can cross this chasm, so, yes indeed, just to keep on keeping on, and would you believe, he's now fleeing even further up the temple, so, alright. After him, we need to track this bastard down and see, why all of a sudden there's someone running around in a lost, abandoned ancient city. And I can't deny, this moment I absolutely cocking adore, which is, all of a sudden, we're above the clouds, higher than our boat is able to go. And I find that cocking delightful. Also, do you want to know a really fun thing about Skies of Arcadia, which is, you may be wondering where the moon is. Yeah, sometimes they just sort of forgot to put the moon in the sky. Like, we're literally supposed to be in the land under the green moon, but, as you can see, no green moon. Some skyboxers, they just kind of forgot to put it in, so as a result on this occasion, yes, there is no moon in the sky, which is very, very sad indeed. What we have instead is a save point, which means, okay, I suspect you know what's coming up next because, yes, Rixis is not a particularly long dungeon. Instead, we get straight to its grand finale on top of a gigantic pyramid. Up we flipping go to see what awaits us up top because, yes indeed, as I say, this place is just full of surprises. Indeed, the first one we've got is a gigantic cocky monstrosity that's not happy to see me. Say hello to Rixis, who understandably is, yes, green-coded because, okay, this is the Green Moon Temple, what were you expecting? So, alright, I'd say what we should do first up is get ourselves set up a bit. He's green, meaning, yeah, either red or yellow will work rather nicely, so just try a basic attack. Meanwhile, I come. I think we know what you're doing. Straight over to, yes, a glyph of might for Vise. Magnificent. Meanwhile, Fina, if you can do it, get the drilling off on Rixis just to weaken him a bit. Marvellous. And, oh my goodness, I love Drachma's new armor. Not least as you know, it's much easier to see what cooking element it's set to. And you know what, Drachma, you just, yeah, get another glyph of might on yourself. Let's just get my two physical attackers into good shape. So Fina comes in with the drilling. This is not guaranteed to hit, so... nope, that was a miss. It is going to happen on occasion. Still, we are going to, bare minimum, yeah, get some glyph of might on our physical attackers before the fight begins proper. So, alright, one attack, a miss. Okay, possibly his dodge is a bit on the high side, and Circle of Panic going for Drachma. So, okay, Drachma is now confused, which is bad, because now he's, attacking me. And also, we're not gaining his spirit anymore, because officially... he's not on my cocking team. So okay, let's try something a bit tougher, like say, Cutlass Fury, because that literally can't miss. Ike, you drop the curing crystal onto a Drachma to make him chill out, because yeah, you can definitely cure him before he gets another attack in, and Fina, you try one more time to get the drilling off, though obviously, Increm can't miss, drilling misses all the time. So here we go. Crystal, just to make sure that, Drachma isn't doing anything too nasty to me. Mag flipping magnificent, but yes, this bird can do a lot to mess with your party. Here we go, Ring of Panic, and now the Ring of Sleep, meaning, unfortunately, we're not getting off my Cutlass Fury. Okay, this bird is going to be, yes, doing a lot to mess with me. Can we maybe get the drilling off? A miss again. Dear oh flippin' dear. Okay, but now we've got, plenty of special. Like, if you miss a turn, basically you've just got more special the next turn. So it's all fine in the end. So, okay. Okay. What's the most sensible thing to do? Because I don't think this is magic. I can't block it with the Delta Shields. Just start laying down the hurt with the Crystales boxers. So, everybody just go for Crystales, though, should we wake up Vise? He'll wake up as soon as he takes damage, it's fine. Instead, I want to get, like, one hit on this damn boss, please. And yes, Drachma, now you're not confused, you can tackle. Here we go, we're actually going to get some damage here, because Crystales can't miss, and also stabs enemies through the head. 400 damage, not bad at all. And this will almost certainly do, you know, a fair bit less, but you know what? Good damage on it, and she did more. Circle of Panic again, right. On this occasion, he is just determined to keep doing status conditions over and over again. Like, I swear he's got actual attacks he might do at some points. For the time being, Drachma just comes in, punches the bird in the face, and now that cocking hurts, and Fina recovers instantaneously. Good. Though Vise is still asleep, so okay, fine, we'll get Vise up and about. I do enjoy how Vise is, you know, literally got his eyes closed next to me. That's delightful. So, okay. Got ourselves no, seriously, you actually going to attack at some point, I swear. I swear he's got flipping attacks, but okay. If we can just get my physical attackers up and about on the field, that would be golden. So, that Crystal gets Vise up and about too, but this is a weird-ass fight. Like, this bird has got some status conditions and some actual attacks, but for some reason, he is determined to do nothing but status conditions on this occasion. So, okay, get Vise in. Vise is, you know, the stronger attacker. And then, just to keep on keeping on, honestly, there's not much I could need to do at this point. So, okay, sure, start attacking. Everyone can cocking attack. And yes, indeed, after we're done with that, just keep attacking too. So, right, let's lay down the pain. Though, the danger with attacking, of course, is you can counterattack. And, okay, for some reason, Rixis is determined not to actually cocking attack me today. Like, he's not actually done any damage to my team so far. Like, Drachma has done more damage to the team than the cocking boss has. So, this is really cocking weird. This is just a weird-ass fight, but I swear he can attack. Here we go. There's actually a cocking attack coming in. So, yes, indeed. I'm not sure whether that's a line or like an area of effect, but that probably just actually woke up, yes, Drachma, though. Ico, why on earth didn't you, like, you know, send that crystal over to Fina, who was still asleep at the time? So, there we go. I told you, the birds can actually attack. Not that hard or anything, but, you know, bare minimum, we were pretty well spread out. So, okay. Looks to me like on this occasion, the bird's gone down pretty easy. Not least as he just cocking refused to attack me for most of the fight. So, honestly, Ica, I feel like you might be able to win this right now with an Alpha Storm, which I'm fine with, because Alpha Storm looks... Never mind, Vise is just determined to take all the glory for himself. Beautiful. Last strike comes in. Down you go, you big birdie bastard. And with that, we have defeated you. Though, yes, let's just say that's not the only surprise waiting for us right here at the top of the temple. So, giant pile of XP gets Drachma up to a level 22. Just so much power, so many hit points. Drachma leveling up is a thing of a beauty. Fina gets better anti-yellow magic as well. We get another seed for our trouble. But okay. Time to, you know, have a bit of a look-see round, because I can't help but notice, yes, one thing in particular, which is... where's the cocking green crystal? And more importantly, the person on this wall looks a lot like Fina. And they're not flipping wrong, in terms of dress, hairstyle, everything. So we who have come from the Temple of the Silver Moon. And by the looks of it, yes, Fina can read the inscription. We have sealed within the forest, after the rains of destruction washed away the lands, the unsleeping giant, Grendel. And upon his sealing, the green crystal was kept within these walls. So this is written in the holy language of the Silver Temple. The Sylvites must have inscribed these words when they were here. So these are the ruins of Ixtaka. Why would Sylvites have come here? And the rains of destruction nearly destroyed the green civilization. But even after the rains fell, Grendel still terrorized these lands for generations to follow. The Sylvites came here to contain him. So... yes, indeed, at long last, everything makes sense. Why did they immediately think that Fina in particular might be Quetcha? Why did Isapa notice her straight away? Why is it that, you know, relics we found inside this temple can only be worn by Fina? Because Quetcha and the Holy Ones of Ixtaka are and always have been the Sylvites. Unfortunately, they came too late. The green civilization had already been destroyed, and the people were reduced to a few primitive tribes of scavengers. And the people from that village probably thought the Sylphites were gods because they were able to contain Grendel. And yes indeed, all of a sudden, everything cooking makes sense. And would you believe it, there's one more twist to come because, yes indeed, the ghost is in fact making a run for it right now, and Dratmar attempted to, take him out with his hand, but don't worry, Vise is on the trail, sliding down the banisters like a badass, and, okay sir, I think it's time me and you had a chat about what's going on, who you are, and where the cocky green crystal is. Please don't kill me, I'm the High Priest of Ixtaka. And a High Priest, so you followed us all the way from Ahorteka. And unfortunately, he didn't. I've been here for a long time. It's my duty to guard these ruins. If anyone tries to loot what's in here, or steal the sacred green stone, I contact King Ixtaka. So wait a minute, you mean to tell me the king knew where the lost city was all this time? And indeed he did. From the very moment we arrived, they've been lying to us. And honestly, I can understand why. The last time they trusted outsiders, the Valoran occupation happened, so yes indeed. Even though I was pretty damn nice to them, helped them out a fair bit, even so, yes, the king has been lying to me from the very first moment we ran into him. And here in the city, we found the sacred green stone. The king and Asapa were very happy, because we could use the stone to stop the Valorans, so oh yes, the situation is much worse than we anticipated. Not only is the stone not here to be claimed by Fina, but the king had it all along, and apparently intends to use it. The king and Asapa said the sacred green stone had the power to awaken the giant. If the giant were to come, he would chase the Valorans back to the eastern skies, and we would be safe. So, yes indeed. Basically, the Ixtakans are about to break out the metaphor for nukes to deal with the Valorans. Yes indeed. While we were basically distracted by Rixis, he was just waiting to, yes, get Asapa free, and then use the distraction we were creating with the Valorans to, take his moment to wake up the giants. Awaken, giant of the forest. I who hold the sacred green stone command you to destroy our enemies. So, once again, another cocky Giga is about to wake up, though on this occasion, not because the Valoran summoned it, but instead the enemies of Valor. So, okay, you might think this sounds, not so bad all things considered, though do bear in mind that whole thing about, the rampaging green giant that destroyed the previous green civilization. And here we go. The light we saw just before Regimen arose is once again shining into the sky. And would you believe, yes, Grendel awakening is such a big deal, we could detect it even up here above the clouds. And there we flipping go, the green light in the distance, a giant terrifying roar, and Grendel is waking up. We have once again failed to stop a Giga being awakened. And here we flipping go, our first ever look at, yes, Alfonso's flagship, the Cygnus, and it is very fancy. Silver and gold, I cocking love it. So, look over there. So King Ixtaka was hiding the crystal from us after all. And this is going to be so easy. All I need to do is take the crystal from him, and the Empress will be pleased. So yes indeed, awaiting your orders, how precisely are you planning to do said thing? Also, I heard you were injured in the mines, are you okay, sir? And oh, Alfonso does not want to hear about the mines. Gotcha, marvellous. So, okay, Alfonso is now a bit on the annoyed side. All ships follow my flagship, the Cygnus. Head towards the light and find King Ixtaka. So okay, they are heading straight towards the light, which is, I mean, honestly, a surprisingly bold move for Alfonso, but then again, I suppose he is bringing an entire flipping armada to bear against the giant, and, speaking of which, here he cocking comes. A giant monstrosity, this time a bit more humanoid in shape, though it does have this weird double head thing going on, which I find rather delightful. The Valorans open fire on it, but, okay, you've got to say, he kind of just didn't really care or notice about being attacked, and with a one-cocking mighty punch, the ship falls straight out of the sky, down into the forest, and the forest is once again ablaze. So, okay, this might end badly for, like, you know, Ixataka in general, because the giant is mighty, but the collateral damage might be pretty bloody severe too. And Alfonso does not like what he's seeing, so straight away after losing one ship, blast retreat, we cannot get past the Giga. And sir, the fight hasn't even started yet. And why are you questioning my orders? I refuse to die in these filthy lands. All ships return to Valua at once. So, okay, Alfonso has pulled straight out of this entire cocky continent, and okay, you might think that's, you know, kind of good news in a way, like objective complete, etc, etc, but okay, let's just say things are gonna get worse before they get better. Also, I just adore that, yes, when you're up here, you now can literally see the green giant in the distance. That's just a lovely touch. So, okay, probably best we go and see what's going on down on the ground. Meanwhile, elsewhere, yes indeed, the green giant is now stomping about, King Ixataka just following around in his lovely ship, just making sure it's chasing off all the Valuans. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yes indeed, Alfonso may have gone, but DeLoco has done no such thing. And yes indeed, it looks like Grendel's awake. And Admiral DeLoco, the experimental Moonstone Cannon, is ready. So DeLoco might just have, you know, some slightly bigger armaments on board than Alfonso had. So, yes indeed, it looks like it's time for me to test out my newest weapon. Target King Ixataka's ship. Yes indeed, we're not going to fire at the Giga, because DeLoco is a smart cookie and learned the lesson from Belize's encounter with Vise previously. Taking on the Giga is not a very good idea. All that DeLoco needs to do is take out the crystal holder. So here we go, brand new experimental weapon fires, bypassing the Giga entirely, and King Ixataka's ship is hit directly, meaning unfortunately, bad news for him, he's now, you know, not in very good shape actually. The king is unconscious, and he's the crystal holder, meaning, for the time being, no one's in control of the Giga. This isn't good, he's passed out, we have to retreat. King Ixataka was controlling the Giga, until he wakes up, it's going to destroy everything in its path, Ixataka and Valua alike. And there we go, the Giga suddenly lights up a little bit and begins twitching, which is probably not something you want to see a weapon of mass destruction doing. So, all of a sudden, he's twitching, he's roaring, and in just a flipping second as he goes down onto his knees and twitches some more, oh dear, this is not a good thing in general, is it? Here we go, he swings around and destroys an entire cooking island by punching it, and then, oh dear. The Giga is not in good shape and is about to start causing a lot of cooking trouble. So close. Looks like there might still be some fine-tuning to be done. So, yes indeed, DeLoco knocked out King Ixataka, but didn't kill him, which I'm assuming is what he was planning. Still, I'm sure Vise has seen the Giga, and he's probably on his way right now to try and save everyone. Be ready for him. And sir, a ship has just been spotted, so, oh yes indeed, would you believe DeLoco's ready for round 2. We can't even get to the Giga while DeLoco's still in the sky. So, here we flipping go, the Chameleon Mark II. No longer with its flamethrower, that's literally been taken off. Instead, yes, one experimental cannon on its arm, and the weird Moonstone Cannon thing floating around in the ship itself. So, yeah, it's a lot tougher than the last time we fought it. So okay, round 1, nothing too dramatic. You might take a few shots to us, but nothing too major. And yeah, next round we're either going to get a choice, or we need to, yeah, pile on the damage in the crit round. So, I'm going to say, yeah, get our brand new G-type cannon, fired by Vise in the crit round. That's probably not going to hurt, and, I mean, to be honest, there's, oh. Right, next round is either a pretty safe round, or a round where we can do a silly amount of damage. And I think we might want to take the silly amount of damage. So I'm going to say, just yeah. go for a lovely series of, focuses and whatever. Do a tiny bit of healing at the end, maybe one deluxe heal right there, and then just a focus. We'll take one pot shot on the critical round, but for the most part, let's go for, the high-risk round next time, and make sure we've got a ridiculous, dumb amount of firepower ready to go there. So, okay, he just hits us with, oh, blimey. Okay, I'm going to be honest, that was, more painful than I thought it was going to be, but that was probably Ica's turn, which is why I just, hurt a bit. So, okay. More focus. This is going to be, no, that's the deluxe kit, sorry, so okay. We're back up to full strength, no trouble, though unfortunately, we healed before he attacked. There's the handgun, that's nowhere near as good, so, right, he's just got, like, a tiny revolver under his ship, which I find delightful, and, understandably, his ship is a lot tougher than ours. Now, one more handgun, but that's really not doing the damage, especially when Vice is in command. Vice's defenses are pretty good, so, okay. He is now going to fire the Moonstone Cannon, halting every system to power it up to maximum. You can't knock me off balance if my ship isn't moving, Vice, so feel the power of my Moonstone Cannon. So, yes indeed, DeLoco is smart. He knows about the tricks I've been using in previous fights. So we can either, charge in and try and do everything we can to knacker him, or we can back off and play it safe. I'm going to say, take the hit. Alright, we could do this. So, Drachma is going to be guarding when the cannon goes off. And, oh, well, that's just annoying because here comes the cooking harpoon cannon. Okay, I think I've made a mistake here because, we need to apple wax up. And really, we kind of need to heal the ship, though... Okay, I'm going to take the risk and not heal the ship. I'm going to say, Fina, you can do apple waxing. Ica, you can use, the 3-inch blaster right there. We get the apple wax up. You guard because your defenses are going to be ludicrous and hopefully that will do a good job. So, okay, that also boosts the defense of my ship. That's good. That's good right there. And he's just not doing anything. So, okay, it's just the Moonstone Cannon. So we just get behind him. Ica can now open a fire. Lovely. So there we go. I mean, it's not great, is it? That's underwhelming. I am underwhelmed by this situation. But Vice is about to open with the, G cannon. That's going to be much better. So now, 2 shots right here. And this should be... Oh, now that's better. Okay, put all that together. We have got, Harpoon coming next round. All we need to do is survive this round, and I think Harpoon wins it. Like, right there. So, in comes the evasive action, powered by Drachma. So, my ship is swimming in defense right now. But... there we go, a lovely cackled fire right there. Moonstone Cannon comes in, does a lovely bit of damage to us, but look at that. The power of Drachma's defense. And you know what? There's now a bit of an issue with the Chameleon. It used too much cocking power. Meaning now, it's time for our cocking turn. So okay, just in case this keeps going a bit longer, get, a heal right there. That's going to be lovely. Fina, honestly, you could just, do a little bit of focusing at the end there. But, okay. I can't see the Chameleon surviving this round because the ship is now basically just stuck there, not moving. We can now take our time lining up every shot we want, including, one flipping harpoon cannon right up the arse, and this is going to really cocking hurt. Like, you know what? Your Moonstone Cannon, not particularly impressive, though. Okay, he survived. Well, cocked done. If we're lucky, maybe this will do the job. And not cocked quite. Okay. He's now back, moving. No longer like, completely, oh dear. Right, I may have got a bit cocky at the end there, because he's now doing stuff again. But don't worry about it. We are now, you know, healed up, though... okay, last time we got hit by those torpedoes, they did more cocky damage than his moonstone cannon did. Though, thankfully, torpedoes are, yeah, pretty inaccurate. So, okay. We get a bit of focus back up. We should be able to finish him off. Ignore the colours, just fire everything we've cocky got. Okay, team, fire cocking everything at this bastard, okay? So G cannon goes in, and there we go. The chameleon has been defeated once again. Though, yes, I suspect DeLoco's not going to take this one lying down. Oh, and you know what? We just got the hunt torpedo. I'm pretty sure that's not a guaranteed drop. I think that was lucky, actually. So, okay, we just got a good drop there, I believe. And once again, this cannot be. How could I lose twice? No, no, no. This has to be a dream. It's all just a bad dream. And once again, DeLoco malfunctions. So, yes, indeed. With that, we have successfully driven the entire Valoran Armada off the continents. The slight remaining issue being, yes, there's now a rampaging Giga that's destroying, like, literally everything. You know, the same Giga that previously wiped out almost all civilization on this exact same continent. So, okay, I suspect, yes, that's going to be a bit more tricky to deal with, given on this occasion, we can't just get the crystal holder to tell him to back down, because he's currently unconscious. Still, Drachma has got an idea. See that canyon, boy? No matter how strong that thing is, if it falls into the canyon, it'll be stuck. So okay, once again, we are not looking to kill the Giga. We basically can't. But what we can potentially do is knock it down. So here we flipping go. The Giga is now awake and angry, and yes, we need to get close enough to damage it, but we don't know what it's going to do. So okay, for the time being, yeah, he's not doing anything too dangerous, and the Jack is in a pretty good shape after the previous fight. So, I'm say drop a torpedo on him. Fina, you just get the wax on ours. Yeah, just spam the heals basically at the end of every single round. And on this occasion, we can't just outlast him. We've got to wear him down and get his attention a bit. So, okay. Bulking up our own defences is not going to be a bad starting point. We need to, you know, bare minimum, make sure he cocking notices us. So, torpedo away. Unfortunately, yes, there's not an opportunity between fights to install my new torpedo. And yes, indeed. He doesn't attack every turn, but when he does attack, he cocking means it. So, oh yeah, here we flipping go. So, step one, he's just going to punch us. That's the thing he can do. He can just punch you, and 2,000 damage, not so bad. I think that was officially in Voice's round, so his defense counts for something. And you know what? The ship is much better now than when we were taking on Requiem, so we are doing a lot more damage. Not enough to, you know, potentially kill it to my mind, but enough to do something. Also, he just tossed a giant boulder at us because why not? So, 4k damage in one round. We need to basically be, yeah, healing every cocking round in order to stay alive. We cannot take more than a couple of rounds of this, especially if he gets lucky and hits us during, say, Fina's rounds. So, step one, we've now got to choose where we're going. Either head or legs, and I cannot remember which corresponds to which, but basically, yes. One's going to get me more crits, the other is going to lead to, well, actually, to be honest, yeah, the round's about as safe anyway. I'm going to say head. We'll go for head. Like, shoot the red glowy bit. It's a video game that normally works. And you know what? That was the right choice, though. Okay. There is an opportunity coming up to get a harpoon cannon in play. And we're going to be wanting to use that because we need to wear him down enough that he's vulnerable to being pushed over into the canyon. So, do I want to be attacking during the red turn? I mean, I'd like to do something, but also we now know, yeah, there's a lot of trouble coming in next turn. would I rather just save up for next turn? Like, I feel like next turn is good, but then again, if I don't attack this turn, I might not get the good next turn. So, okay. We're going to do some healing, etc., etc., though I need to reapply Apple Wax if I want it to be in play next turn, which is... oh, this is not good. Okay, Drachma, you just guard us in the red turn, because whatever you're going to be doing next, I am worried about it. So, yeah, just keep Vise and Drachma acting during the yellow and red turns, because their defenses will keep the ship safe. Like, do not let Fina do anything if it's not on a cocking green turn. Bare minimum, we are slowly doing the damage to him. Like, this is going much better than Requiem. So, okay. Plenty more attacks, but this here is Drachma's turn guarding. This should not be that bad at all. And under 1,000. Alright, Drachma. He is a beast when it comes to ship fights. And there we go. Because we hit him during the crit rounds, we actually get the harpoon cannon. So, okay. The question is, what do we want to do or not do? Because right now we're not under the effect of Apple Wax. And I feel like we probably should be. Okay. I'm going to give up, yeah, one good crit round to get Apple Wax on before it's harpoon cannon time. So, oh, that means, oh, right. No, Fina could do that, so she's in the, yeah, green turn like we were just saying. Just drop healing at the end of every round. Fina does all the item management, that's absolutely fine. You're Apple Waxing right there. And then you guard in red, just for safety. So, this turn we're doing nothing but harpoon cannon. But then again, it's the cocking harpoon cannon. The harpoon cannon does a lot of damage. So, there we go. Increm is back in play thanks to the Apple Wax. And just sneak up behind his head. And here we cocky go. One harpoon cannon right up the arse. Screw you. Now this should cocking hurt. Alright, this should bother him. And, yep. 12k, give or take. Okay. Now, at some point, he's going to start becoming, you know, annoyed about this whole situation. And that's the point where we can start thinking about bringing him down. And, no, that's just him punching us. I thought we might have done enough damage, but instead he's just punching us because that's a thing he does. Still, once again, that was Drachma's turn. As long as Drachma's guarding, there's not much he could do to you. Okay, that's the key to some of the most difficult ship fights in the game, because this fight can be a nightmare if, like, you know, you're focusing Drachma on attacking, and as a result, he's getting attacks in when you've got Ica or Fina doing things. Just don't let that happen, and it's way more manageable. Oh, and here we go. Here we flipping go. We did do enough. So, we've annoyed him and also wounded him slightly. So, yeah, he's getting angry, upset, in pain. Possibly he's going to be more dangerous now, but he's also more vulnerable. So now we've just got to, yeah, watch for our chance and then hit it hard enough at the right moment to knock it into that valley. And we might just be able to do what we need to do right now, because there is, in fact, yes, a harpoon cannon slot right here. I don't know whether this will be enough, and unfortunately, yeah, I can't use any other weapon, so just in case it's not, honestly, just begin charging like crazy. Nothing but focus, because there might be another harpoon cannon coming up next turn, though if I don't hit him during that crit, probably not, but even if so, yeah, I'm going to say just do it anyway. I'm just doing a triple focus into harpoon cannon. Maybe if we could go from a harpoon into harpoon, like if that's possible, then yeah, that would be enough. But if we're going to do this, then we're going to need to be doing nothing but focusing, so I've got enough special next round. So, okay, he's charging up for something, but do bear in mind, during this fight, you can actually keep an eye on where he is relative to the canyon. Like, he will literally get closer to the canyon as he becomes more vulnerable to the fight ending, which I find cocky delightful, actually, and he's most definitely heading in that direction now with a bit of a headache. So, okay. I suspect he's about to do something, and this might hurt a bit more than the ones we've done before, because I am not guarding this round, and even so, it was Drachma's turn, so as a result, only 1.5k. one more coming in too, unfortunately, and yes, this was Visor's turn, so this one's probably going to hurt a bit more. Yep, about 2,000, but he's left himself wide open. He is right by the canyon, harpoon cannon ready to go, so this might be enough. A one shot right up the arse. Let's see if that's good enough to bring down a Giga. And it looks to me like the lad is going down. He's not dead, but this will keep him busy enough for the time being that, yes, by the time he gets out, we can just turn him off with King X Attacker. That fight is a bit of a nightmare if you don't do it right, but if you use Drachma sensibly, oh yeah, it's not so bad at all. And Vise even goes up to level 24, Phoenix 223, lovely, so yeah, two very different level ups there. Vise all about power, Phoenix all about will, mega flippin'-nificent, and on top of that, we've got ourselves some more toys to play with, including a bit of Grendel that we basically shot off in, which I find delightful. So, back with the king, Vise, you saved my people, and our land as well. I don't know how to repay you, and, okay, I can think of one way, but you might not like it. Though bare minimum, yes, he has now concluded summoning the giant was a mistake, and he shouldn't have done it. And as a result, the crystal gets handed over to Fina. Beautiful. And more importantly still, the Valorans have abandoned their encampment to the north of Ixataka. Now they have left, you might be able to travel through the Iron Net, because we never actually went there, though you might have seen it in the background, there was a larger Iron Net blocking any progress north of Ixataka. But that's now gone, opening up a brand new way for us to go. Though yes indeed, as Drachma realises, yes, if we go in that direction, we'll be going towards North Ocean. And that takes us straight back round to Valor, because obviously that's how the Valorans got here in the first place. They had an easier way to get here than going through South Ocean. North Ocean is relatively much more peaceful. Still, Fina doesn't seem too perturbed because, yes indeed, obviously Valor is under the yellow moon, and that means the yellow crystal is somewhere in there as well. Though as Vise correctly points out, Valor is maybe, you know, a bit upset with us right now, so yes, this one may be going to be a bit trickier. And there we go, we are now officially up to 2 crystals. In fact, here we flipping go if we just step outside for a second and just mosey straight in this direction. There we go. There was once a giant net preventing us from going north, but it's gone now. Beautiful. Meaning, yes indeed, just as we once curled round through South Ocean to get to Ixataka, now we can curl back round in this direction to go back around to Valor, just, you know, up the back of them. Still, before we get to that, a couple of, yes, rather important bits and pieces, which is, number 1, hang about here, the Hunter Torpedo. So, okay, basically the same power as the Shock Torpedo, but more accurate, and more importantly, limit of 3, not 2. That means how far away it can hit from where it's fired. So, yeah, being able to target further away is really powerful, because later in the game, it's going to be really important that we put as much damage as possible into certain critical turns. And cocking hilariously, the Grendel Wing is in fact a weapon for Ica. And honestly, it's one of her absolute cocking best because, yeah, the damage is pretty nice, but more importantly, the accuracy. Just look at the chance to hit up there. So, you know, basic boomerang, 110, hunting arc 110, that's pretty standard for Ica. She's generally pretty much about high accuracy, low damage weapons, but, oh, this thing, 150 accuracy. Still, for the time being at least, we are indeed done with Ixataka. And just indeed, as the game suggested, it's time to mosey on north and return to Valor, though, okay. I will say only this as we wrap up this episode, which is Skies of Arcadia is a game that loves to surprise you, and our adventures in Valor coming up next time are almost certainly not what you're probably expecting them to be. So, yes indeed, next time the game has got some rather cocky big surprises for us. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Skies of Arcadia. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius. The giant rat scorpion is not gone. Oh, hang on. There's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.